Emily Parker looked like an ordinary fourth grader at Maplewood Elementary. She wore blue jeans, colourful sneakers, and always carried a lavender backpack covered in tiny star pins. No one in her class knew she had a secret. Not her teacher, not her classmates, not even her best friend Ava. Emily could hear feelings, not with her ears exactly, but inside her mind. When someone felt happy, she heard soft golden chimes, like tiny bells dancing in the air. When someone felt nervous, a gentle yellow buzzing filled her thoughts. Angry feelings sounded like quiet red crackles, like a fireplace snapping in the distance. And lonely feelings sounded like blue wind blowing through an empty playground. Most days at school were noisy for Emily, not because of shouting, but because of emotions. The cafeteria was a rainbow storm of sounds. The playground felt like music and thunder all at once. She had learned to live with it, mostly. But sometimes when too many feelings mixed together, Emily pressed her hands over her ears and wished she could turn it all off. That Monday morning started like any other. Golden chimes from Ava. Yellow buzzing from a boy worried about his math test. Red crackles near the art table. And then the classroom door opened. A new student stepped inside. Emily waited to hear the sound, but there was nothing. No colour, no music, no wind. Just silence. Emily blinked. Silence had never happened before. Every single person she had ever met carried some kind of emotional sound. Even babies in grocery stores hummed softly with feelings. But this new girl, standing quietly near the teacher's desk, felt like an empty page.
Class, this is Sarah. She just moved here from another state. Let's make her feel welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Golden chimes floated gently around the room as students smiled politely. A few yellow buzzes flickered. Curiosity. One tiny blue wind stirred near the back row. Someone worried about losing their seat partner. But around Sarah, nothing. Emily leaned forward in her chair. Sarah had long brown hair pulled into a neat ponytail and wore a simple grey sweater with white sneakers. She wasn't frowning. She wasn't smiling. Her face looked calm. Emily concentrated harder. Still nothing. No red, no blue, no yellow, no gold. For the first time in her life, Emily felt something she didn't recognize. Fear. A faint silver whisper crept into her thoughts. Her own feeling. Was her power broken? At recess, she watched Sarah sitting alone on the swing. The chains creaked softly in the wind. Other kids ran past, laughing in golden bursts. But Sarah swung quietly. Emily closed her eyes. She listened with everything she had. And in the silence, she thought she heard something. Not a colour, not a sound, but a tiny crack, like glass under pressure. Emily opened her eyes. What was Sarah hiding? The next day, Emily made a decision. If she couldn't hear Sarah's feelings, maybe she needed to stop listening and start talking. At lunch, Emily carried her tray across the noisy cafeteria. Golden chimes clinked everywhere. Yellow buzzing fluttered like nervous butterflies. Red crackles popped near two boys arguing over a seat. But around Sarah, sitting alone at the end of a long table, there was still only silence. Emily swallowed. Silver whispers of her own nervousness filled her thoughts. She sat down across from Sarah.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Sarah looked up. Her eyes were soft brown, calm, careful.
Hi.
Still nothing. No colour, no sound.
Do you like it here so far?
It's okay.
The word echoed strangely inside Emily's mind, but without emotion attached to it. like someone reading from a script. Emily focused harder than she ever had before. And then, there it was again. That tiny crack. Not a sound exactly, not a colour either. More like a thin fracture running through glass. Emily's heart thumped.
Do you miss your old school?
For a second, Sarah's calm expression flickered. The crack grew slightly louder.
Yes.
And for the briefest moment, Emily heard something new. Not blue wind, not red fire, but a deep, heavy grey hum. It disappeared almost instantly, but it was there. Sarah wasn't empty. She was holding everything in. That afternoon during art class, Emily couldn't stop thinking about the grey hum. She had never heard grey before. Colours usually moved freely through people, bright, loud, alive. But Sarah's feelings felt trapped, like they were locked behind a door. When class ended, Emily found Sarah by the cubbies.
Hey, do you want to sit with me at recess tomorrow?
Sarah hesitated. Emily listened carefully. The crack returned. Then, faint grey vibration.
Okay.
The next day, they sat beneath a big oak tree near the playground. Kids ran by in bursts of gold and yellow. A small red spark flared near the soccer field. Emily decided to try something different.
You know, sometimes when I feel too much at once, it feels like I might explode.
Sarah looked at her. The grey hum deepened.
My mom says it's okay to let feelings out slowly, like opening a soda bottle just a little so it doesn't spill everywhere.
For the first time, Sarah gave a tiny smile. The grey shifted, very faintly. Blue wind tried to push through.
I don't like when people know I'm sad. At my old school, when I cried, kids laughed.
The crack spread wider. Emily felt it clearly now. Sarah hadn't lost her feelings. She had hidden them, locked them so tightly that even Emily's power couldn't reach them, until now. Emily's chest filled with warmth.
You don't have to lock them away here.
Sarah stared at the ground. The grey hum trembled. Then, a soft blue wind slipped out. It was weak at first, fragile, but it was real. Emily almost gasped. Loneliness.
I didn't want to start over. I didn't want to be the new kid again.
The blue wind grew stronger. Yellow flickers joined it. Nervousness.
Starting over is scary.
Golden chimes from the playground drifted closer as Ava ran toward them.
Emily! Want to play tag? Let's play.
Golden light danced around her. Emily looked at Sarah. The blue wind swirled uncertainly. Emily made a choice.
Can Sarah play too?
For a moment, everything paused. Then, a tiny golden chime rang from Sarah. Small, shy, but beautiful.
Ava! Of course!
Sarah looked surprised. The grey hum began to fade. Blue wind softened. Golden chimes grew just a little louder. As they stood up together, Emily felt something she had never felt before. Silence wasn't emptiness. Sometimes, silence was protection, and friendship was the key that unlocked it. By the end of the week, Emily's world sounded different. Sarah's emotions were no longer hidden behind cracks and grey walls. Now Emily heard gentle gold when Sarah laughed during science class, soft yellow buzz when she volunteered to read aloud, even tiny red sparks when she got competitive during board games. And sometimes, yes, A little blue wind still appeared, but it didn't stay long because someone always noticed. On Friday afternoon, as the final bell rang, Emily realized something important. Her power hadn't been broken that day. It had been challenged. She had always believed she could hear everyone's feelings. But Sarah had taught her something new. Some feelings are so hurt, so scared, that they hide. And real superpowers aren't about hearing louder. They're about listening longer. As Emily walked home under the golden sunset, soft chimes filled her mind, not from others, from herself. For the first time, she understood her gift wasn't about colourful sounds. It was about courage. The courage to sit beside someone in silence. The courage to ask gentle questions. The courage to say, "You don't have to hide here." And somewhere behind her, on the playground, two girls laughed together, their golden chimes bright and fearless. Because sometimes the strongest heroes don't wear capes. They simply choose kindness. And Emily smiled, knowing that the best gift she had ever received wasn't the power to hear feelings. It was learning that sometimes the quietest hearts just need someone patient enough to wait for them to open.